Hi students, welcome to a new session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the sustainability module of SolidWorks. The idea of using this module is to make sure that your design is more greener or more environment friendly with less emission, less energy usage and minimum effect to the air and water. Before we start the sustainability analysis, let's take a quick look on the scenario where you need to select a material for your project. For example, you need to select between steel and aluminum. What are the factors that you are considering? So, steel is possessing very high strength and density compared to aluminum. But on the other hand, aluminum is good thermal and electrical conductivity. Its machinability is almost 4 times more than steel, which means it requires very less energy for machining compared to steel. And also, aluminum is more recyclable. The recycling of aluminum saves almost 95% of the total energy used for the production from the raw material. So at this point, when we are comparing these two material, we came to a conclusion that aluminum is a better choice in the sustainability point of view. But at the same time, you need to compromise the strength because aluminum is not possessing much strength, and if your project demands a high strength metal, aluminum is not an option. So, which will be the other alternative or other material more sustainable without compromising the required material property? To find the best sustainable alternative, we can use the sustainability module that we will see in the coming session. Here is the SolidWorks sustainability methodology. The inputs that we can give is material that we can select from the library, then the manufacturing process like whether it is casting, forming, extrusion, milling, etc. Manufacturing region, and we can select the continents and some selected countries. Then the transportation method, either it is air, water or road, and then the use like total life and the place of use, etc. So the process, we can consider one material as a baseline material, and then based on that we can find out all other similar materials which is possessing the same mechanical and the thermal properties. We can modify the design of the part, and also we can come back to the input and change all these four parameters. This is the process. Once we have given the input and process properly, we will be getting four outputs, which are carbon emission and the energy, that is the non-renewable energy usage, air acidification and also the water eutrophication, and which will be available on the dashboard, and we can generate the report as well. Now we can directly go to the software. This is the handout for the sustainability analysis, which you can download from the BB lane or from the description of this video. Here we are doing the sustainability analysis of a very simple assembly, that is a nut and bolt assembly. Normally we can do the sustainability analysis in the part level or assembly level. As this assembly requires the same material for both the components, I'm analyzing this by using the part level options. Okay, let's start with the software. The first step is to import the part or assembly file. Go to open. So I'm opening the bolt. Okay, the part file is available here. Now we can go to the sustainability module. For that you can go to evaluate option, go all the way to the right side. This is the sustainability module here, or you can go to the tools, then take SolidWorks application sustainability. Click on that sustainability. Yeah, it's opening on the right side. You can see that here is the sustainability window, which has different areas. The first area is for all the inputs, including the material. Go down the manufacturing process, including the region, the type of process, also where we are going to use it, and the transportation method and the end of life details. These are the inputs that we can give. Correspondingly, the system will show you the environmental impact based on carbon, energy, air and water. As per the manual, we can set up the input conditions. We will go one by one. The first thing is base material, which is steel 1023 carbon steel sheet. So the material is already, the default material is there, steel. You can choose from a set of materials and carbon steel sheet or any kind of alloy you can select from here. So that is the first thing. Go down. Second thing is manufacturing. The region is Asia. You can either take it from here or you can directly click on the map. So it's Asia, and the process that we are using is change the custom process to extrusion. Then we can go down to the, so here we have an option: no paint, water based paint, solvent based paint, and powder coated. So as we all know, the paint is having a very high impact on the environmental properties. So if you are using some kind of paint over the surface, you need to specify it over here. Otherwise we can keep it no paint. In our case there is no paint, so I'll keep it no paint. Now the transportation, and we are transporting this to North America, so you can go change it to North America. And the transportation method is through water, means it's already been selected here with the distance. Now the end of life, we are not changing anything here. You have the provision for changing the recyclability and all other features. Now once you are done with this one, we need to set this condition as the base condition, or this material as the base material. For doing that one, come all the way down. Here you can find a button mentioning that set baseline. Click on that. Click one more time. You can see that all these colors are black, means now this particular material has saved as a base material. The next step is to find out a similar material which is more sustainable or more greener than the one that we have selected. So for doing that one, the next step is go with the find similar. So it will open the material library. Here you can see that this is the standard material that we have selected. So now we need to put our conditions. For example, when you are searching for a new material or a similar material, you can go for a categories of different material, or you can change the material property. You can change the mechanical property and also the thermal property. In our question, we have two. The one is no change in the thermal expansion. So the thermal expansion coefficient must be same. So I'll keep it same. Now high specific heat. The specific heat can be higher than this one. Based on these two things, these are the material constraints. Based on these two, we can find the similar materials. So the system is showing that these are the materials available with the condition that we have given. Let me click on cast carbon steel. So when I'm clicking this one, you can see that it is immediately update all the environmental impact factors. So few impact factors are improved. You can see that the carbon footprint has been reduced to means reduced to 4%. Similarly, but some other factors are not good. So in this condition, you can go back and give the third condition which is provided. So I'll go back and edit. The third condition given in our case is lesser value for tensile strength. So our project or the material that we are using can have a lesser value than the tensile strength. So what I will do, I'll go back and change it as a lesser value. Now go for find similar. So it is again listed down to 3 material. When you click on the first one, gray cast iron, it is updating over here. Okay, here you can see the changes. So this is one of the better option, because here the environmental impact has been reduced a lot compared to the other factors, because 57% reduction over here, 65, 74 and 26 proportionally. So what we can do, I can select this material as an alternative, and one important factor is we didn't set up any financial impact over here. So if you are putting the financial impact as one of the factors, you can change it over here. For example, here we have the financial impact factor. We mentioned any. You can also control the financial impact factor. Now let me click accept. So now you can see that here all the graphs are updated. Here you can see that the total carbon footprint has been reduced to 57%, the non-renewable energy reduced to 65%, air acidification reduced to 74% and also for the water eutrophication reduced to 26%. At this point, we can consider grey cast iron as a better alternative or more environmental friendly alternative for the steel that we have selected. Now we can go ahead with generating the report. Before that, there is a comparative chart. You can click on this eye. So that will take you to a page where you can easily understand how much we are saved based on changing this material. This is a pictorial representation where we can understand that how more environmental friendly is the material, the current design compared to the baseline design. Here you can see that the carbon footprint aspect, we saved the equivalent of 5 miles driving a hybrid. Similarly, if you are taking the energy consumption, it is actually like a, reducing zero point 0.5 hours of watching TV, or like 1 to 26 hours of powering a light or bulb. So this is just to understand in a picture manner. So you can similarly clicking on air acidification rate also for the water eutrophication. Now we can generate a detailed report. So for doing that one, near to the set baseline, you have an option called a generate report. So you can make a Word file or a spreadsheet. So I'll go with this one. The file name is here. So let's go for the click OK. Okay, the report generation has been done. Now we can have a look on that. So this is the report generated. So here you can put the company logo, name, and you can modify this one. So the name is already there as per the model name, and it has selected the grey cast iron as the material. So it is actually a comparative study between the more sustainable material and also with the baseline. So when we are going down, so this is the details of grey cast iron and also the manufacturing details, transportation, use and end of life. Based on that, you can see the environmental impact or the sustainability report. So even the carbon footprint, you can find out the breakdown, how much carbon footprint is making for each stages. Similarly for other things also. So when you coming down to this one, this is actually the baseline material in order to make a comparative study. Here, this is the comparative study. Go down all the way. Yeah, here it is. Now you can see that the environmental impact comparison. Okay, for some reason the graphs are not generated. I can quickly show you the graphs. So this is the graph how it is looking like. So this is I generated earlier. Here you can see that even for the it will show you a comparative chart. So this chart will give you a clear idea about how much environment friendly is the new material is. So this is it, and this is the sustainable design. Thank you.